opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an NFC wildcard matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports.
And this carries into the end zone.
And he is out of bounds here on the return. On first down.
That's complete to his running back, Evans.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
One up to the 26. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
A 2-yard gain.
On third down, Jackson. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line.
Complete to number 8.
Give him 32 on the play.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
A first look now for Darrington Evans.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing is Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown.
Jackson.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson.
Got his connection, complete to Ruggs.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Henry Ruggs.
42 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Throwing on first down. Jones. He takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
to the air on second down. Jones. Throw complete right side to Cooks.
Jones pass.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Operating from the gun, Jones. They'll have a first down past the 40. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
1-yard line.
Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. Looking for more, but this is intercepted. Nicholson picks it, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
They'll run on first down with Evans. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
From the shotgun, here's an inside give. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Tackle made at the 47-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Now it's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown.
Jackson's pass.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. From the gun, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
intercepted.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Now a carry for Lindsey. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
On the carry.
Tony Brown there on the tackle.
48-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score Eagles 7, Lions nothing.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Now Jones on 3rd and 2. That is caught by Cohen. And he's going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10.
First down, a run with Cohen. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
On the pickup.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. He'll get the first down and more than 7 to 20. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. Tariq Cohen, 34 yards. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Point conversion.
Lindsey going to try and run it in. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
25-yard line. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They'll run on first down. Evans. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Jackson. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And that is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Returnable for Grant. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and the Lions will take over.
5-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of. But so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot. Yeah. But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen. And 2 of them are bad. People kiss it on the ground.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They'll run with Lindsey. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 40. The 20. 10.
Oh, it don't matter. It don't matter.
And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run here with Lindsey. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup facing 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Philip Lindsey taking it in, and the Lions are able to grow their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 2nd down now, it's Evans. There he goes left side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Evans. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles move back couple of the lead.
Josh Lambo lining up for the point after.
They were able to stop him at the line on first down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination. And they got it done on the second try.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. And heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they have a first down and well into field goal range also at the 16 now.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be a 2nd down.
2nd and 2.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to run it is.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
2-yard line.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They go play action with Jackson. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Daniel Brown as the first half is winding down. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. It's good, and it's now 21-15.
Makes the score Eagles 21, Lions 15. Josh Lambo is set to...
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run...
Jones has just thrown his third interception. Picked off at the 39. Now a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
42-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He'll let this go. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
This is caught at the 20. And he's in for the touchdown. The final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with the clock at all zeros, they get the touchdown to make this just a one-score game into the lockers.
And you know what else it does? Besides boost their confidence, it doesn't change your game plan any. See, if they're down bigger going into the half, you may have to revise what you plan to do in the second. But now in this spot, within one score in striking distance, you go ahead and keep playing and do what you've worked on all week long.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Another run by Lindsey. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
To Phillip Lindsay.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
It's a gain of 3.
Now Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Lambeau on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Eagles 35, Lions 22. Josh Lambeau set to kick off.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they gave up the pick-6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to pull loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
34-yard line.
From the gun, Jones gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 31. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
At the 31-yard line.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And he completes it to Cohen. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
He was brought down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They'll roll him out right. He'll run it. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. From the gun, Jones. He can run for it, and he will. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
McCann's kick up and good. And that gets him back within 10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find one to get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And the 2015 first-round pick, Malcolm Brown, brings him down.
2nd and 5.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Down, Philadelphia.
On first down, it's Evans. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
right back to Evans.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, Jackson. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Look for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Jones now looking to throw on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 15. Operating from the gun, Jones. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Chris Jones able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It is incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Evans.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
They'll go again here with Evans.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
They'll try and run for this with Evans.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Darrington Evans.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Some Someone read their keys correctly. And on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And now here's another interception. That's Arvarius Moore.
Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They'll begin on the ground with Evans.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They'll run on 1st down. Evans. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
The tackle made back at the 37-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. He'll let this go deep for Rupp. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Henry runs, saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's Jones. Back to the air on 2nd down. And he drops it incomplete. Their struggles continue here. The Lions on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Oh, my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of the time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. On second down, a run with Evans. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Play action. It's Jackson out to his left. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Jones. He's going to let it fly. And this one is incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing again. Jones dancing to his left. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now Jones operating from the gun. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. But I believe the Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their.
He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes.
And it is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Demetrius Harris there to make the grab. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2. Lindsey going to try and run it in. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16.
Lions 33.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Evans. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. And he finds Seals-Jones complete. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. They'll run on 1st down with Evans. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.